Dude, it's time for the buzz, and the buzzing energy in here in studio is infectious. Grant has been losing his mind because there's so much science here. We're talking about you imagining a world one day where everything is run by solar power. Imagine that, your phone, your laptop, your car, everything.
Everything.
But that world isn't actually so far away. It's actually present right now.
It is actually present right now. Solar power is a very interesting technology. It takes charging photons from the sun and converts it into electricity.
It's like that electricity is in your face right now.
It's science fiction, but it's right here, right now. This is a typical example of a solar panel, and yeah, and it just stores all this information, all the electricity here.
Yeah.
This is a very clever device.
What does it do?
It is a laptop bag.
Yeah.
That stores your laptop and protects it and charges a laptop at the same time. So you don't have to be near a power source to charge your laptop. You could be in the middle of anywhere. You could be editing some huge documentary in the Namib Desert, and you don't have power, but you've got the sun.
And you'd have constant power in your device that you need. Wait, I'm checking this out. So can you put in different attachments?
You can get different adapters for any laptop.
So it doesn't mean that you're only limited to this, right?
You're not limited to that. A good example is this device next to it, which is the Solar Monkey.
It's Solar Monkey, all right.
This is a very small device that fits into your pocket and charges your cell phone. And all cell phones have different adapters at the end.
Yes.
So you can obviously plug in whatever adapter that's necessary for you. But also, you can be in the middle of nowhere. You know what it's like. You're tweeting at the Met or at the Durban July, and you just need to...
Why do you have to mention those? I could have been camping, you know?
There's a lot of sun there. I always wear a suit there, and it's too hot. It's crazy.
Carry a little charger with you there. Okay,
so
cool.
another great device, another use of this is a little less practical, but a lot cooler in some ways. It's a solar-powered fairy light. And these fairy lights obviously charge in the sun, and the trick is that they detect the lightness. So check that out. If I block out the light, it thinks the sun has set, and it starts to flash. So the benefit is that you can decorate your garden if you've got a huge garden, and plug this far away from any electrical source, and not use an extension cable from your house, which is also a little bit ridiculous.
Dude, that is so cool. I mean, with that, you're not using any electricity at all. You are protecting the environment by being green, and you're getting the benefits of the sun.
Yeah, if you've got a gazebo by a braai that's far away from your home, this is perfect to decorate it with.
What's up with this?
This is a solar-powered radio. So obviously you can listen to the radio and have no battery. It's got a wind-up feature, so it's ultra green. And it uses the wind-up feature to charge. So but the highlight is necessarily the solar-powered.
Tell me this quickly. How long do, the average lifespan of a solar panel? If you charge it, is it going to wear out in a couple of years?
No, it lasts a long time. It lasts a long, long time.
So you can expect it to.
But they obviously vary depending on size, how much charge they give the device.
Yes.
This is going to do very well. It's big. These other ones are going to do a lot smaller, but this is necessary for the device that it is. That functions purely to charge that radio.
Now, what on earth is going on here?
This is a car. It's a DIY kit car, and you can actually win this on the show today.
Yes, we're giving
those away. And if you build this car yourself, I would go crazy when I was in high school. I used to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
This is the kind of thing that would just drive me absolutely nuts. It's a car that you can build DIY. It goes on its own with the charge from the sun. Doesn't require batteries, and it's got a built-in motor at the back. It's so cool.
That is so cool. So you charge it and you watch it go.
And you can watch it go.
But it's so cool because it blows your mind scientifically to think how all of these things come together. You can actually win one of these today by SMSing the keyword WIN, your name and city to 33728. What's going on here, dude?
This is also very cool. This is a jar, as you can see, glass jar, but it's got a solar panel in the lid. And inside is a light. So you can put these along your path at home, and it's also got a light detector, and when the sun sets, they start glowing. They've got like worms, with glowworms inside of them.
Yeah.
You know, along your path, and then at night, or during the day, they obviously switch off because they detect the light and then charge.
Grant Hines, the science guy.
Yeah, so much science!
Well, I had the privilege last week to visit something called the iShack. It's the Improved Shack, which is an initiative that started last year in February and really just kind of goes out there to show how solar power is changing how people live every single day. This was really, really cool. You're going to enjoy this. Take a look.
Solar power can be used for more than just environmentally friendly gadgets. And in fact, Project Hope's iShack shows us how solar power and sustainable thinking changes the way people live every day.
The iShack, or Improved Shack, focuses on the sustainable upgrading of informal settlements. Professor Mark Swilling uses easy ecological design principles and solar power to make a difference to families living in townships.
So, Professor Mark, obviously when we talk about the housing development issue in South Africa, obviously a very big challenge of ours. So when we look at sustainable solutions, what are the options that are available for us?
For the majority of people who are earning below 7,000 Rand a month, they can access housing subsidies. But for those people who are living in informal settlements, there is a new policy framework, which is incremental upgrading of informal settlements. But what that means in practice is that they have to wait for the electricity and water grid to arrive. And that can take anything between 5 and 10 years. So what do they do in the meantime? So that's the challenge that we faced in our project.
And that was the inspiration for the iShack project.
The iShack project is really about the idea that they can insulate their shack, they can actually build an ecologically designed shack, north orientation, overhang insulation, with a solar panel and 3 lights and an external security light. Now that significantly improves quality of life in a relatively affordable way. So that's really the essence of what we try to do. We're now looking at sanitation as well as solid waste removal options for informal settlements.
Well, thank you very much for your time and the work that you do, Professor.
PhD student Lauren Tavener-Smith offered Katlego a tour of the first area where the iShack concept was implemented. Nkanini, translated from Khoza as taken by force, is an informal settlement in Stellenbosch. It grew from 15 households in 2006 to 500 households in 2009. Lauren's studies focuses on water and sanitation. This research, together with the iShack, will contribute to the knowledge base around informal settlement upgrading.
And the municipality has laid services in Nkanini in 2009. They put in a sewage system and water mains. So the municipality laid infrastructure according to the minimum ratio of 1 toilet is to 5 households. However, due to subsequent population growth since 2009, the ratio of toilets to people is far less than what is required. I think there are about 60 toilets in Nkanini, and we think that those 60 toilets are shared between 8,000 to 10,000 people. That's about 1 toilet per 150 households. And then in terms of other services, the municipality actually laid these skips, 6 of these skips, but there's no electricity infrastructure in Nkanini, and I think that's one of the needs that has been made most priority by the residents living in Nkanini.
Berry Vessel stayed in the township to collaborate with residents and showed Katlego how the iShack has been designed to protect its occupants from extreme temperatures. It also features a solar panel for basic electricity needs.
Okay, if I can show you inside, this is the multi-DC microgrid, modular box, coming with all the fittings and screws, cable ties, everything you need to install. Very easy for installation. Powered by the PV panel on the top and the roof. And inside we have the 12-volt battery. This is for cell phone charging. And in here is your fuses and your voltmeter. 3 LED lights is connected with the system at the moment. And
Like this one over here?
yeah, as you can pull it. There you go.
There we go, yeah?
Yeah, so it's a 1.8 watt LED. It lasts up to 20 years in theory.
So essentially this entire system is powered by the sun because the solar panel here absorbs the sun's energy, turns it into electricity. But I want to understand it. Let's go take a look outside.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Oh, so there it is. So the sun is coming from behind us, hitting that solar panel. What exactly is happening inside it?
So what happens really is photons from the sun knocks out electrons out of their orbits around the atom. This pushes electricity along. So if you can imagine electricity being a bunch of marbles in a tube. So what happens is the photons hits the photovoltaic panel and then it pushes the marbles along, which creates a current, and this then charges the system, the lights, the cell phone charger and all that.
And so this happens on cloudy days as well?
Yes, for up to 3 days. But then you have to really take care not to overexploit your system, so bringing down your consumption. Essentially.
Pretty cool, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, man. We know what? I'd love to meet the lady of the house.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Wala mama? Unjani?
Philile, kodwa njani wena?
Sikhona mama. Bengicela ukubuza ukuthi le project ye iShack ichange kanjani impilo yakho?
Itshintshe kakuhle impilo yami kuba mina ndihlala endlini eshushu, le ndlu ayinethi, ayingeni moya, ayingeni mvula, ayingeni moya, ishushu. Abantwana bami bayavuya, siyalayita, nami ndiyavuya, siyalayita.
Mama, siyavuya, ndiyabulela.
Inkosi nami ndiyabulela.
So as you can hear, this household has just received a light of hope. Some call it solar energy, I call it building the community. Inkosi mama.
Inkosi nami ndiyabulela kakhulu.
The next step is for more Nkanini residents to be trained to maintain the solar power system. They'll become energy entrepreneurs serving the community.
Insurance in one touch. That's simple, smart insurance. Dial direct.